Hi, everybody. Welcome to the I Am Real Estate Show. Saturday morning. Glad you're here to listen to a little bit about real estate. I'm Raymond Smith with Sandra Johnson and Danielle Johnson. We are the Johnson Smith team from Indy Realty. And by the way, we have our designated broker on the show, who is Don Geisler. He's the CEO of Indy Realty. How you doing today, boss?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me on, as always.
We were discussing offline, and the things we thought about talking about, just the general state of the market right now. And there's a lot of concerns and a lot of things we want to really try to get out to the audience, the things that you can do and not do, and what to worry and not worry about. I mean, you can worry about everything or you can worry about nothing. The choice is yours.
It's true. And, you know, from a person who works in this business and has been through every type of market that you can imagine.
What year did you start?
2001.
Okay.
So how many years is it? 20?
I wasn't going to go there, but yeah, 2001. We kind of know the market was pretty good.
It's going on 23 years. Let's see if I can encapsulate it real quick. It was normal, then awesome, then bad, then awesome. I mean, it just keeps on. It just goes up and down, up and down. There's never really bad. It's just different.
You know what a very good friend of mine used to say about normal? It's a setting on the dryer. That is all it is a setting on the dryer.
There's no normal in this market, in our industry, is get up in the morning, see what's going on out there, adjust your practices to match what's going on in the field. And there's a ton of business out there.
Right.
And as somebody who works in the business, there's plenty. You have to focus on where it's at, what you're doing, be great at what you do, you know.
Okay, we're done here. Let's go
Just
home.
focus.
That's pretty much it.
Do your thing.
You forgot to say that Indy Realty, we are the best.
We are the best at Indy Realty.
We're really good at what we do. So if you need someone, I mean, that's the plug right there, right? We're the best. Call us.
That's right.
We're going to get you through this. That's the whole ideal about this, I think.
It is. So I woke up this morning and started reading an article from Inman, and the title of the article was, well, I mean, the gist of the article was that it was time for the industry to embrace the question of affordability, you know, and I think it makes sense. I think that us as professionals that are guiding sellers through this process, that are helping buyers navigate the process, we have to be aware of the real tangible effects, what's going on in the market right now.
Right.
And I think affordability means something different to every person. We were having lunch today talking about a recent guest that Danielle had on her center stage show. It was Sister Jose.
Yep.
And they were talking about the shelter and the people coming into the shelter.
They were talking about an increase of women that are homeless. And I asked the question, you know, why is this happening? Is there something we can point to that's a big factor in that? And they said the affordability of housing, and that women who are retired, who are unable to go back to work on a fixed income, their rent is doubling and tripling, and now they can't afford it. And so where do they go? They end up on the streets.
Yeah.
And that affordability question for someone who maybe has a growing family is not that same scenario, but it definitely is on people's minds, regardless of whether you're retired and on a limited income, or if you're that person who just would like to maybe move up to the next house because you're outgrowing the space that you're in. Affordability is still the big question.
It is. And, you know, I'm glad that you mentioned the rental market, because the rental market is tough. And I mean, for renters, you know, it's very tough. And that's just kind of fleshed out to be a very fundamental supply and demand and opportunity issue, you know, which comes to housing prices went up. So less people found housing affordable. So more people are renting. So therefore more demand for renting. And so therefore rent prices increased pretty much commensurately with sales prices.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
You know, to a point where things are very different now. And we are the least doom and gloom people you have ever talked to. I mean, we get out there and do the business and help people and succeed no matter what's going on in the market. But these are conversations that we, you know, absolutely have to have with people. I would say most simplistically, All right. When interest rates are up and pricing is up, affordability is down. So we've had times in past years, in very recent times, where prices spiked incredibly, but interest rates kept going down 2%, ARMs in the 1% range. And so we were able to say affordability is still awesome. Like when you can say prices have gone up $100,000 on average, but the average monthly payment has gone down $500 a month, that's good. That's affordability, right? But you would expect when interest rates go up and prices are up and interest rates are not likely to come down in the very near future, what is going to happen with prices? They're either going to stay up and demand is going to stagnate, or prices are going to have to stabilize, And so our job is to always go out, get our sellers the amount of money, the top dollar that we can in the amount of time that they need it done in. But it's also our responsibility to educate them on what they're about to jump into.
Yeah.
And being able to have the conversations of, your buyer pool has shrunk simply because of the affordability issue and because people are sitting tight waiting to see what happens. We've had a lot of a big segment of the market of the buying population has gotten over the sticker shock of the dramatic increases and have just landed on interest rates are what they are. And so we need to move forward with our lives, get our new home, and in the future, they may or may not be able to refinance, change things up.
Yeah, and John Spur, when he's here, he says, you marry the house, you date the rate. Because people that are waiting to buy because they're waiting to see if the rates come down are really missing an opportunity to buy with less competition.
They are.
And so you'll win on the price, and then there's the opportunity down the road to refinance when it's appropriate to do so.
It is. And there's an opportunity cost to everything. People may or may not be hesitant to jump in, but I promise there's an opportunity cost to not acting also. And sometimes that's very tangibly and quickly financial, and you can see it on a piece of paper. Sometimes it's less tangible, but it's rooted in your happiness, where you want to get to in your life, what you want in a home, and are you sitting in a place where you are dissatisfied and unhappy, trying to wait out forces that are just bigger than all of us, potentially. So, we can help. I guess that the short answer is we can help. The market is different, which I'm sure we'll continue discussing here today.
Yeah, to me, that's the solution. The solution is that we're here for you.
Yes.
That there is no doom and gloom at the end is going on. So we're heading to the break right now. So we're going to thank you for taking some time and spending it with us this evening. You're listening to the I Am Real Estate Show on 10:30 a.m. KVOI, The Voice. We'll be back with more of the show with our great designated broker and the owner of Indy Realty, Don Geisler. We thank you so much for spending this afternoon with us.
It's the morning. It's 11 o'clock in the morning.
It's almost afternoon. I eat lunch at 11.
We want you to have a great evening, too.
Evening, afternoon, morning.